people spend their whole life trying to add more work, more goals, more effort. But the real change, that comes from stopping things that drain you. These aren't complicated life hacks or complicated routines, these are just a few little things that can free up your time, your motivation, and not drain your mind. The first thing is something that a lot of people do, but it steals away their time without them even knowing, and that is multitasking. On the surface, multitasking seems like a good idea. Listening to music while reading a book, listening to music while working out at the gym, working out at the gym while reading a book. But the thing with multitasking is it basically steals your time away and you end up wasting more time multitasking than if you were to do it all one by one. So let's say you have 3 tasks in a day: reading a book, going to the gym, and working online, for example. And you decide to read a book while on your way to the gym or between the sets in the gym. You will have divided the focus you have for each set because your mind needs at least 15 minutes to focus on something, to become locked in. And if you're not locked in on the gym and you're not having that mind muscle connection, you will have harder growth. The growth will be slower because you're not really focused. It's as if you're trying to read a book, but you aren't thinking about the book, you're just thinking about a vacation or something. If you multitask, so you do a set of the gym and then you read a book, you read a page. And after you've done the set, maybe you've got 2 minutes of the 50 minutes to lock in the gym. But after that, you go ahead and read a book, so your mind needs to redirect the focus from the gym to books. And then you basically reset the 3 minutes that you did for the set to, again, 1 minute to 0 minutes for reading a book. And after you've read the book for 2 minutes, you're gonna redirect your attention back to the set. So basically, you're always doing this 3 minute set, almost at the lock-in time, and then you're dropping again to 0, and then 2 minutes for the books, almost at lock-in, and then dropping again. And the thing with that is that because you aren't really locked in something, you can't really focus, you can't really get new ideas, you can't really progress, all because you're trying to do multiple things at the same time. But the human mind doesn't work that way. The second thing is something that mostly happens on social media, but I see it personally in real life too, and me personally, I fall for it too. And that is comparison. Remember this quote or this sentence: comparison is the thief of joy. And why do I say this? Because whenever you're starting out with the gym, maybe your PR on bench press is like 40 kgs. Then you go ahead and after the set, go on Instagram, and your feed is fitness feed. Your feed is a fitness feed. And because it's a fitness feed, you're always seeing the bigger celebrities. And the issue with that is most of them have 7 years of progress, and you only started out. So because of that, you will compare yourself to them, you'll compare your body to them, you'll compare your PRs to them, and that is basically a thief of joy. If you've achieved a new PR, for example 40 kgs, like I said, and you see them bench pressing 80, 90 just for reps, then that will mess up your mind because you will think, yeah, I'm weak and I'm this and I'm that. But you shouldn't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 9 or 10. You shouldn't compare your first day of lifting to someone who's been lifting for 3 to 5 years. If you do that, you will always be in a depressed state or in a bad mood, and that will basically mess up your mind and you won't be able to focus. And in personal life, maybe this happens to some of you, but if you see that someone has a girlfriend and you don't have one, and because you compare to them, you will maybe think, yeah, it's just because I'm ugly. But for the matter of fact, maybe they have progressed more, they have more achievements than you. And because you don't see those achievements, you only see them with their girlfriend, with their GF, and you alone You will compare again your chapter 1 to their chapter 9 or 10, and that will mess up your mind. So stop comparing. Remember the quote or sentence: comparison is the thief of joy. The third thing is something I hear a lot and is being said a lot on social media and on the internet basically, and that is the excuse, not the reason. The excuse of I don't have time. And why do I say this is an excuse? Because everyone on the world, everyone on the planet gets the same 24 hours. It's just that people divide them separately. Maybe they divide them more effective than someone else, and that makes them gain a little bit of time. And that because of that, they can, for example, go to the gym. But someone who doesn't divide their time effectively or doesn't use their time effectively may not have the time to go to the gym. But the problem is, most people, one, they don't divide their time effectively. They don't have a clear routine or tasks that they need to complete in a day. And next to that, most people also waste hours and hours just mindlessly scrolling, playing video games when they're alone, just masturbation, stuff like that. Most people have time, but they just go ahead and waste it on useless stuff. And because they waste on useless stuff, they don't have enough time for actual good stuff that will give them progress. If you're planning on going to the gym, you arrive home at 3 p.m. and you decide to go, you don't plan. Let's say you don't plan your day. And then you decide to go to the gym that day, but because you don't have a planning or you're wasting a lot of time, you end up actually not going because of procrastination. And then you always give the same excuse of, I don't have time. But remember, you always have time. I'll just give you a little piece of my day to give you a perspective of how I use my time. So I work for most of the day because right now it's vacation, there's no school and stuff like that. I work till 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m. and I directly shower when I get home to not waste any time. After the shower, if dinner isn't immediately ready, I go ahead and go to my room here to go ahead and edit a video. But if it's ready, I eat and then I look if I have still time or not to edit something. If I don't have time, I go ahead and make my stuff, make my backpack, and I go to the gym. After I've returned from the gym at home, and I'm at home, it's 11 p.m. around that time. Instead of going ahead and relaxing my mind by playing video games or scrolling, I go to my room and I edit more. Because I don't really have any more time in the day. If I had more time, I would probably edit more and my production would be faster, but I don't have enough time. So I need to use my time effectively. I basically follow the same routine 6 days a week. The 7th day, that's mostly Sunday, it's a bit more relaxed, but still I have tasks to complete. I will make a day in the life video, maybe next week, maybe the week after that, so I can give you guys a perspective on how I personally use my time. The fourth thing is something that is very, very important. If you want to fix your mind, you need to stop negative self-talk. I've read it in this book. It's a great book, honestly, but I still didn't finish it. I don't know how long I'm already reading this, but I didn't finish it. If you keep on doing negative self-talk, you will start to show that with your body language, with the way you speak, with the way you handle things. And because of that, your charisma drops, your focus drops, your energy drops, and maybe even your motivation drops. So to fix that, go ahead and do gratitude journaling. I probably have a card around here or here, I don't really know, of how to do gratitude journaling, but it's an old video, just remember that. So stop doing negative self-talk. Whenever you can't PR something like 60 kg, don't go ahead and say that you're a weakling. Remember, you're still on your chapter 1, and maybe that 60 kg bench is your key to chapter 2, but you didn't reach it yet. So no need to worry. Obviously, you need to keep on making progress, but if you fail, don't just go and diminish yourself into dust. No. Try to say, yeah, I failed this time, but it's normal because I still need some practice, still need some that, still need some this. Because if you go ahead and give yourself negative self-talk every single day, you, at the end of the day, it will become really, really messed up. Instead of doing negative self-talk, do gratitude journaling. And if you do gratitude journaling every day, you will basically see that your life has a lot of great things, that you have a lot of great characteristics. But don't just go ahead and gratitude journal and say, oh, okay, I'm perfect the way I am. No. Do gratitude journaling and make progress at the same time. Combine those two things and you will fix the negative self-talk and also the thing of comparison. And like I said, the last few videos, the fifth thing is to let go of people that pull you down. If you have video game friends online, let go of them, because they will pull you down, they will laugh at your progress, stuff like that. So let go of them. If you have video game friends, but you know them in real life, to the video games cable with them, the connection of video games with them, just try to make it a friendship not about video games, but about something else. Try it. If it doesn't work, maybe you will need to let them go. But remember, you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around the most. So if you go ahead and hang around with video game friends for 5 hours a day, you will become just like them. But if you go ahead and hang out with smart people 5 hours a day, you will become smarter. An easy example of that is ice cream experts. So if you're in a room that is full with people who are extremes, who are experts in making ice cream, and they talk about making ice cream every single day, the best ways to make ice cream, eventually you will know how to make ice cream. But the best ice cream. But if you're in a room that is full of people who do bad habits, then at the end of the day, you will become just like them and do bad habits. So remember that you should let go of people that pull you down. And to end this video, I'm just gonna ask you guys to like and subscribe if you've liked the video. If you didn't like the video, you can just comment and say what I can do better next time. And I'll see you guys.